Okay, so for those who have clicked this and are wondering, this is just what I was going to do for Riggy's Dependable Friend Game Jam, which I almost kind of entered at the last minute when I thought, hey, I probably have time to do this. My work schedule is just, it doesn't really, so the last game jam I was in a different job. I had more free time. I worked Monday to Friday, evenings off, weekends off, all that stuff. But now I work with Amazon and I work overnights 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts. On those 4 days, I have virtually no free time to do anything, maybe an hour, hour and a half. So just my schedule is very uncooperative these days for something like a game jam. So yeah, so this was what I was going to do for Riggy's Dependable Friend game jam. I was kind of on the fence, like trying to think of what I was even going to do, and then I thought, you know what? I just found this fun program called oh, what was it called? Something AI or wait, I think I might have it down here. Voice.ai. So it's a voice changer that uses AI trained voices of like actual people. And I thought, you know what, it might be kind of interesting if I do like a voice acted game of, with known people in it. So I settled on Betty White. So I'm just gonna kind of go through this. I'm not gonna talk too much probably until I get to the end, or just maybe comment on something. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be short, like 5 minutes maybe, maybe 10 tops. But yeah, I didn't finish this. I'll just might as well open it, just get it going, so it's not just me talking. All right. So we find a good volume balance. Yeah, that's probably good. So the reason why I didn't finish this was A, because of my work schedule, and I was just kind of doubting I would have time to finish it. I probably would have, but I was feeling like I probably wouldn't. And the other main reason was because I just felt like it wasn't really adhering to my own standards for my own projects, like my own, the bar that I kind of set myself at for where I feel like my game should be at. Which, after like Black and Prophecy 2, I've had the bar at like this certain level, which is even higher than Black Prophecy 2 at this point, the bar. And anything that is below that bar, I usually abandon or cancel or whatever. So, Shattered Wings, Centuria, Penumbra Crystallis most recently. And this was also kind of, that was also kind of the reason for this being canned as well before the end of the week for the game jam. That I just felt like it wasn't living up to my own standards of what I expect for myself. It it was just shaping up to feel kind of empty and pointless. I felt anyway. But yeah, so yeah, I'll just go through it. So the whole gimmick of this was it's all voice acted. So yeah, here we go.
Come, Betty White, come towards the light. Betty White, come towards the light. Oh, hey, that rhymed. Come, Betty.
So that's actually a Neil voice. A Neil voice. Oh my god, I wish I could edit this, but I'm not going to. I'm just doing a straight recording and just uploading it. Neil Breen voice that was trained by Voice AI or whatever. Yeah, Voice.ai. Anyway,
Oh, hello? Who's there?
Betty White, welcome to heaven.
Oh my goodness, I'm in heaven. Are you God?
so yeah, all the lines are voiced by me using the voice changer. I think it does a very good job, like you wouldn't guess that it's the person recording it at all. Like, you would never guess that this is me doing it. Like, it sounds a little off. You're like, well, something. It sounds like something's wrong with Betty's voice, but you wouldn't guess that it's me if I didn't tell you. Probably, you probably just think I had like maybe an AI read it or something, or I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, no, 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 no. I am just Dick. I monitor the pearly gates and am in charge of the orientation of all new residents of heaven, such as yourself.
Dick? Gracious, I could really go for some dick.
Ahem. Anyway, Betty, welcome to heaven. I suppose that you have questions?
so the software doesn't always give you what you want when you're trying to do a voice or say something with a voice. Like when I tried to say ahem, it came out as like ahem instead of ahem. It's like ahem or ahem or something like that. It wasn't ahem. Like, but if I didn't say that, you may not have noticed. Anyway,
Not really, no. Except, do I get a halo? I've always wanted a halo, you know.
A halo? Oh no, I'm afraid that residents of heaven don't have halos. Only we angels who are in charge of heaven wear them. Receiving a halo is just propaganda perpetuated on Earth. You find that heaven is actually very similar to Earth.
What? You're telling me that heaven is just like where I came from? Why, that doesn't sound very heavenly at all.
Oh, Betty, not quite. You see, heaven looks similar to Earth, but your afterlife can be completely unlike your past life. Here in heaven, you can be or do anything that you desire.
for better or for worse.
Even something naughty?
If that is what you desire, certainly. We have no rules in heaven, you see.
If there's any weird squeaky noises being picked up, I'm recording this literally like as soon as I got home from work, and my feet were killing me, and I have my feet in a foot bath, and if there's like a squeaky sound, it's like my feet rubbing against the plastic of the foot bath container itself.
Each individual is governed strictly by their own self, as their own personal afterlife is what they make of it. Are you ready to start your afterlife, Betty?
Well, I was hoping to look young again, but yes, I guess so.
Then, Betty White, welcome to heaven.
I do like the way the Betty White voice turned out, though. In a lot of the sentences, I think it came out pretty good.
And so I made my way into heaven. It really wasn't what I expected. Oh no, not at all. You see, Dick wasn't kidding when he said it was like Earth. Heck, it was more like Earth than Earth. Because people could be or do anything, heaven felt really chaotic. Drugs, sex, and rock and roll were rampant. Oh, if only I had died in my 30s instead.
So yeah, the majority of what was taking up time in making this wasn't the mapping or anything. It was like recording the lines, playing it back and making sure it was how I wanted it to sound. Like, I would do multiple takes, and sometimes I still didn't get it to where I wanted it to be, so I was just like, you know what, good enough. But that was the most time-consuming part of this.
Gosh, I sure wasn't a pickle, though. I came into heaven not knowing where to find any of my old friends who had passed before me, so I started looking for them. First, I looked for Bea Arthur. I found her reliving episodes of the Dalton Girls, playing them out as if they were real.
Fun fact, they weren't friends. They were notoriously... well, I don't know how Betty White felt about Bea Arthur, but Bea Arthur did not like Betty White. She called her a cunt.
And that she was actually Dorothy. I couldn't get through to her and thought she was off the rocker, so I continued on. Soon after, I found Rue McClanahan. She had opened a seedy establishment named Blanche's Brothel, where hardcore sex was the name of the game.
Really? Good thing I'm not like a bigger YouTube channel, or else the S word there might get me demonetized. Nothing I have to worry about with my channel anyway, thank God. I can swear as much as I want on my channel. It doesn't affect anything for me.
I just wanted to catch up with an old friend, but Rue wouldn't stop trying to get me into a room with Grace Kelly. Oh, I sure appreciated the sentiments, and Grace Kelly sure was a pretty lady, but I was afraid of hurting myself at my age. I just wanted friendship. Will had a one-track mind and could only see me as an object for sex, so I left.
So yeah, if you finish reading a line and you press enter to go to the next dialogue window, it will stop the voice acting prematurely and start the next line, which I can show after I get past this part.
I thought that Estelle Getty would surely be the one who I could rekindle a friendship with, but oh no, I was wrong again. Turns out that Estelle had become a pirate and was pillaging and plundering the seven seas of heaven. I didn't even know that heaven had seas. So I wandered and wandered, feeling all alone. My friends from when I was alive were all absolutely crazy now. I guess I'd have to make new friends, but at my age? Oh my, what a scary idea. Well, I guess I best get to it.
Making new friends? Dependable friend? I don't think I got to that part, but I knew what it was going to be all about, what it was going to entail. Alright, so now we get some free roaming here.
I shouldn't barge into somebody's home. What am I thinking? I know better than that. Come on, Betty.
You can't go in any buildings yet. But let's see here.
Hey, Grandma. Looking for a good time?
Okay, moving on.
So like I was saying.
Hey, Grandma.
Okay.
There. So if you hit enter prematurely, it will stop the voice lines too.
Do you know what pisses me off? I want a rainy day, but whenever I ask for it, somebody undoes it right away. Heaven can be a pain in the ass sometimes.
Is there anybody over here? No. There was. I think I moved that NPC.
So I ran into Joan of Arc the other day. What a bitch.
Pack it up, lady. Nobody steps foot into our territory unless the boss says so.
So I think I can actually show what he's guarding as well. I'll have to like walk around him.
I have been standing here for over 200 years and this bell never stops.
I can't believe I ever let that deadbeat beat my roommate. Wait, huh? Holy shit, it's Betty White.
Hello, dear. You sound very distressed. Is something wrong?
So I have no idea. I forget who this... No, the voice for this girl here I'm talking to is Kim Kardashian. But the picture and everything, it's either an AI face or like a stock picture of just a random woman, I think.
Oh, don't worry about it, Betty. My last roommate was just Bill Murray and he ate literally all my Slim Jims. Hundreds and hundreds of them. I decided that I had enough when I found a 500-foot hole underneath that motherfucker's bed and fell to the brim with the Slim Jim wrappers. So I kicked his ass out.
That whole dialogue window there, the voicing's a little rough on that one, I think.
Oh my, that sounds terrible.
It really was. I guess that's where I get for being a big Ghostbusters fan. Anyway, now I'm looking for a new roommate. Say, Betty, are you new around here? If you need a place to stay.
Oh yes, I just arrived. I'm also looking for new friends.
Well, Betty, consider me your first one. My name's Kara. You can come bunk with me. I live in a place with a blue door. Can't miss it.
What a wonderful offer. Thank you, Kara. I'll be right there.
And then we teleport.
So, this is your room. What do you think?
Oh, it's lovely, dear. Thank you.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. So, what are your plans now?
Well, I think I'd still like to find some new friends. I might go asking around for one.
which was supposed to lead into the whole dependable friend thing. I don't know if I did it. I may have done some of the lines. We'll see. We'll see when I get there.
Good luck. A lot of people in heaven are assholes because of how they can get away with anything. Everyone loved you on Earth, though, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble at all making a friend.
Oh, I sure hope so. Cross your fingers for me, Kara.
I will. Let me know if you find anyone.
Alright, so then there's the room. Didn't do anything in there. This is the house.
I shouldn't go in there. That's Kara's room. I need to respect her privacy.
What's Kara doing?
The best thing about being in heaven? If I didn't like a series finale, I can have it rewritten on the spot. The new and improved Game of Thrones finale's airing soon. That'll show those two hacks at Benioff and Weiss.
Because fuck how Game of Thrones ended. Alright, so now we can go this way.
Hey man, do you have any change to spare? Shit, we don't have change anymore, man. I need drug money, but I don't even have money anymore. What the fuck, man?
I didn't know whose voice that was when I did that. Then I realized after, wait, that's Joe Biden.
What's my deal? Well, I asked for the volume of my voice to fluctuate wildly just to annoy people.
That came out a little more awkward sound than I intended, but whatever. It'd probably piss off people with headphones, and that's good enough for me.
Betty White? Huh. Guess what? You are irrelevant in heaven. I could say, hey, I'll be the next star of the Golden Girls. And boom, I am, because I can do anything in heaven.
What a dick.
Where is that cheerful music coming from? It's just always there. It's driving me crazy.
So the music you hear right now, it's actually supposed to be playing in the game. Like, they can hear it.
Hey there, oh my god, you're Betty White. Oh my god, you are so good in the Golden Girls. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to... Oh wait, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Oh shit, how did it go? I don't remember. Fuck, I am so forgetful. Sorry.
So yeah, people in heaven, I decided to be kind of funny if they were just really vulgar too.
Hello again, Betty. I assume you are enjoying your afterlife. Of course you are. You're in heaven.
Alright, so that's it for up here.
Before I died, I was a prostitute in Chicago. When I got to heaven, I told Dick, hey, I want to rock a country. Now I have my own Scandinavian country in the sky named Geborgtesten. You really can be anything in heaven.
Good for you, lady.
Best thing about being dead? Easy. My doctor doesn't have to stick his finger up my ass anymore. God, I hated that.
That's probably my favorite thing I wrote for an NPC in this. I haven't had that done yet, but yeah, I dread that.
I love being dead. Every morning I wake up and I say, I'm gonna be a rooster today, and I turn into a rooster. I love how I can do anything here. It's just amazing.
I don't know why I picked rooster. I could have picked anything. I could have said unicorn. I typed rooster in my dialogue script, and I didn't really think to question it until after I recorded it and put it in here and talked to this NPC. I was just like, rooster, really? Okay.
Oh my, is that George Carlin?
Holy shit, it's Betty White.
And that's as far as I got. So George Carlin was going to be the dependable friend. You would find him here, and the two, Betty White and George Carlin, would hit it off, and they would develop a friendship, and there would just be a few cutscenes of them meeting, talking here in the park and whatnot. And then it would cut back to like a few times, like Betty back in the house talking to Kara about her friendship with George and how much she enjoys talking to him and blah blah blah. But one time when she would come to talk to him, they would be approached by a gang of a gang with thugs and whatnot, led by Alan Rickman, named Rickman's Raiders. because I had an Alan Rickman voice. I didn't get to use it. But he was going to harass George Carlin because he owed him something. I forget what it was now, but I wrote it down. And George would just kind of like insult him and just kind of disregard him pretty much. And then when Betty would come back to find him again, there would be a note there saying that he got taken by Alan Rickman. So I'm gonna hold control just to, move around quickly here. Gotta love test play. Back over here. So I'm gonna just... Oh, fun fact.
Pack it up, lady. Nobody steps foot into our territory unless the boss says so.
That's Jerry Seinfeld. The boss would be Alan Rickman. Alright, so I think the teleport works. Yeah. Gang territory. I like how it's Happy Housings is the place to the north of this. Then there's, I think, like Pleasant Park or something like that, and Happy something. And then... Oh, I actually didn't... I'm gonna hold control so I don't get into any fights. I didn't actually do the fights. But you're gonna have just random encounters here as you would approach their base, which should be down this way more. So I didn't do any interiors or anything, but this is where George Carlin was going to be, and you would come to rescue him. So you would have to fight Slugger, which is the Jerry Seinfeld NPC, and then you would have to fight Alan Rickman, and then you would rescue George Carlin, and he would call you his dependable friend for coming to rescue him. So yeah, that's about it, really. It would have been... I was aiming for probably another 10 minutes long, maybe 10-15. Depending on how long I would write the dialogue. But yeah, so that's it. There's really nothing else to say about it. So yeah, Betty White in heaven. Just overall, I wasn't really feeling it, and I was just worried about the whole time frame thing. So those two things together made me go, you know what? Let's just cancel it. Let's not put out something that I'm not happy with as well. So, but my voice.ai talents are not going to waste. It is going to be in DZ and Riggy vs. the Worlds 2 at the very start in the intro, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's already done. It's in the game. Actually, no, I think I have it on YouTube, don't I? Yeah, I have it on YouTube on my channel here. If anybody's curious, you can go watch that. I probably wouldn't advise DZ and Riggy to watch it if you want to kind of stay in the dark about what I did and what the intro is like. But there is some voice work in that intro, and it is on my channel here on YouTube. But yeah, that's it. That's what I canceled for the game jam. Riggy did say on Discord, hey, you gonna drop anything to let us know what you're working on or whatever? I forget how you worded it, but I was like, probably not, but probably yes. Here it is. But yeah, I'm done. That's it. I need to go to bed soon so I can get up and go right back to work again. Hooray! So if you watch this, thank you. This is what you missed out on. I don't think anybody's gonna feel too bad about missing out on this. So yeah, that's it. I'll catch you later.